Hello everybody, it's Angel Medina here, and I'm back on YouTube here. I know I haven't done any videos in a while. It's because I've been busy world building my next book. But one of my dear friends, Elaine Emmerich, thank you very much for keeping track on me, came up with a very, or at least she had an article to share with me that, you know, for me it was a very important article. I think it's the most important read I had all day today, and it has to do with a problem that even I was unaware of, but it's a problem that's been around for a year and close to a year and a half. And you know, and I feel like after reading this, I feel like, you know, Amazon's kind of dropped the ball here. So, you know, I'm gonna try to avoid getting Angry Angel out here and try to go with a more objective, you know, less of a subjective, you know, outlook on this. But you know, it just pissed me off. Anyway, Amazon has a fake book problem. You know, I know everybody's complaining about fake reviews, you know, paid reviews, you know, manipulating reviews, you know, but unfortunately there's a much bigger problem that authors are unfortunately blind to, or at least Amazon is blind to, and that's fake books. Yes, fake books, you know, powered by quick farms, you know, are crashing into the Amazon's top 70 charts and preventing books like let's say mine, you know, honest authors from, you know, getting on top, or from, getting the views that we deserve, getting the clicks that we deserve. And you know, and you know, after reading this article, it kind of pissed the heck out of me, because if you look at the Kindle store bestseller charts right now and click over to the free books, especially free books, paid books, it's not there for paid books, but you know, authors who try to do free book promotions to try to get their books a little more attention, to get them more downloads, and you know, get them some more reads on the Kindle Unlimited program. You know, you see that I'm seeing in the sample right now, or at least on this blog post that I was reading, you know, this afternoon, and this you know, and that the top 20 has 5 suspicious looking titles, and of course, you know, and the biggest kicker is none of them have reviews. So how do they get up there? You know, if they got no reviews, you know, so how are people knowing about these books and reading it? Unfortunately, you know, it's through the work of, you know, very suspicious behavior, or behavior that's against the rules. And they have also and they have no also boughts, which means they have had very few sales, which means, you know, people who have downloaded this book haven't really bought anything else, so they haven't really bought too many copies of these so-called fake books. You know, but there's one characteristic that all these books have in common. They're all around 2,500 pages long. They seem to have, and the biggest kicker is they have duplicated content, or you know, they're obviously plagiarized works. You know, they're obviously the same exact works or plagiarized works of other popular books. You know, so they're probably international. You know, plagiarized works made to be original. But obviously, in the sharp eye of an author like me, we're gonna know that it's not really, you know, an original piece of work. That it's really a work that's been taken from some other outperforming book, you know, a popular book, and made it into its original, so for sales. And what really aggravates me is that this has been going on for over 15 years. You know, 15 years now. Not 15 years, 15 months, excuse me. 15 months. Oh, I was about to say 15 years. Oh, this has been going on for 15 months, close to a month and a half. You know, scammers have been raiding the Kindle Unlimited store, you know, using a well-worn trick. Obviously, they pilfer the content, they plagiarize the content of the book, often by stealing an author's original work and running it for synthesizing, or you know, or malware used to beat, you know, plagiarist checkers, and then they upload it to Amazon. thus avoiding the automatic plagiarism detectors. They make sure the book is as long as possible, but they are warning the title in Kindle Unlimited, and they usually keep it under the program's limit of 3,000 pages. You can't. So for authors out there, indie authors, you can't have a book longer than 3,000 pages to put in Kindle Unlimited, or it can't be published under the KU program. But now these fake books just keep it under the limit so they can be published. And so what happens is that people, they quick farm, they do things like they make the book free for a few days, and they use a variety of banned methods to generate a huge and immediate surge in downloads. So you say, how is this book downloaded so many times? It was a brand new book with no reviews and no marketing, no nothing. So how is this book getting downloaded so many times? Unfortunately, the sad truth is it's not being downloaded legitimately. It's immediately searching downloads from bots, quick farms, or dummy accounts, or this people who create like thousands of dummy accounts. Get thousands of dummy emails just for the sake of making Amazon accounts out of them and using all of them to download this one book so they could get from 1,000 to 2,000 downloads. And then these fake books then suddenly jump into the top 20 of these free charts, displacing authors who have gone to the considerable effort to do so. And I feel that's not right. That's not fair. Leyendo. So what I'm trying to say is, it's not really fair. Trying to get in my voice here. Hello, Mom. So my mother right there, give her a shout out. And unfortunately for me, I feel like Amazon's kind of dropped the ball because they're so concentrated on targeting fake reviews, and I'm sick and tired of Amazon targeting and taking down reviews that are so-called fake reviews, because they targeted more of the indie authors rather than the authors who are really scammers, and they really fell asleep on the real issue here. There's a much bigger issue, and that's with the reports of suspicious activity of fake books. And unfortunately, many of these Amazon workers that don't work weekends. Actually, these checkers don't work on weekends. So when authors and readers report these fake books to Amazon, no action gets taken until the following Monday. And by then, it's already too late because these titles have already escaped or got out of the free listings and went back to the paid listings. And then the subsequent book boosts and page reads, which normally follows a free one, enables them to grab a huge chunk out of the KU pot. Some, the same share pot that me, other authors I know, that we get paid from Kindle Unlimited, from the Kindle Unlimited part. So people that download books for the KU program and read our books, we get paid from the same pot. And unfortunately, these fake books are stealing, our pot, or stealing money. So, I've noticed a couple of reviews, because they think it's fake. Meanwhile, that Amazon's phoning asleep on the real issue, and that's scammers creating fake books. That's legitimately a scam. That's legitimately the wrong thing to do, and they're getting paid for it. They're taking they're taking the money of our hardworking authors like me. Unfortunately, and Amazon's becoming less caring. They don't really care about this issue. So it's kind of a no blow, and it kind of makes me feel less confident, and Amazon, I love you guys. I love working with you guys. I think you guys are easy to work with, but please, guys, come on, let's wake up here. Leave the indie authors alone and start targeting the people who should be flagged, and those are the guys who are creating these fake books and stealing. And unfortunately, and I'm reading an example of this one author who who had a who had a free one of his book, and although he wasn't badly affected himself, as his promo day was Wednesday, but he's having trouble getting into the top 20. The top 20 books, because of these fake books are just overtaking him. So no matter how much he tries, no matter how much marketing he does, no matter how hard he promotes it, no matter how good his book really is, these fake books are cheating. They're basically cheating and stealing the spotlight of these hard-working authors. And he's been unable to get to the top 20, and his visibility is limited. And I also read that the authors who are more effective are those who are promoting on Thursday and Friday, because these free authors do their promotion throughout the weekend when Amazon is not working, when these checkers aren't working, so they can't really get to the root of the problem. And by the time they already get to the so-called fake book, it's already out of free listings and back to the paid listings, and they already got a good chunk of Kindle Unlimited readers and page reads that are just themselves. They're not really, they're not actual. What I'm trying to say is these fake books they're not gathering real readers. They're gathering a lot of fake readers, but they're being paid like they are real readers for these, for the use of these dummy accounts. So, to sign up for the Kindle Unlimited program is $10 a month. So all these guys have to do is create like 100 accounts. On 100 accounts, which is $1,000, a month, but then you're getting over 2,500. But then you times the 100 dummy accounts times the 2,500 page reads, and you're getting close to a good 100,000, close to a good 100,000 page reads. Not to mention, if they got friends or or acquaintances that they're working with, that's gonna, you got like thousands of dummy accounts, and you times that by 2,500 page reads, you're talking about close to 1 million page reads that they're stealing, and that's a good amount of money they're stealing from the pot that we get paid from. So I might not get paid as much for my page reads as I should be, because my money is being stolen by these fake books. And of course, like this the guy with the blog said, authors are getting screwed. Obviously, an apologist might say Amazon's inaction is because these fake books are already hurting Amazon's bottom line, as it pays out the same amount to the KU pot anyway. But for Amazon, don't you realize this is killing the faith in us authors? Don't you think that's going to make us authors lose faith in you? That no matter how hard we try to get a good quality book, we're just going to get pulverized by these phony books that are plagiarized. And no matter how much we do, we're never going to get to those that top 20 spot. Incredible real estate value, because these fake books are just going to slaughter us every time. Like me, I've gotten close to top 20, but I've never been able to get there because I thought because my book wasn't as good as it should be. But then I got close to 38 reviews for my first book, close to 30 reviews in my horror book, close to 30 reviews for Giannis, and 21 reviews for my second book, and I've got a new review for my third book. And I'm seeing and I'm realizing that it's not that my books suck, it's that no matter how much my books rock, I'm going to get crushed because there's 100 more phony books that are just going to keep taking my spotlight. And and unfortunately, Amazon makes a huge deal about obsessively focus on customers. Isn't customer experience not affected when the top 20 books are filled with fake books every single weekend? If you're a customer of Amazon, you're looking for a good read, and you look at the top 20 books, aren't you gonna be upset when you come to find out that all those 20 books are phony? That You know, doesn't that kill customer faith, knowing that Amazon, knowing that there are thousands of phony books out there, and customers are gonna read those books and they're gonna spot the fake. You know, in fact, there's a Stephen King ripoff out there making a good living stealing the Stephen King's name, and his books are crap. And I gotta be honest with you, his books are garbage. I read a preview of one of his books. It's complete garbage, but yet he makes good amount of money because he takes the name of Stephen King, even though he's not the real Stephen King. But I mean, his name is Stephen King, but you know, but unfortunately, his books are nowhere. So you know, something like that, fake books. You know, these fake books are making a killing off from us. You know, so obviously I'm gonna retweet this. I'm gonna retweet this blog post that I'm doing this video on, because I think for indie authors and readers alike, this is a very important issue, and I think this is an issue that Amazon needs to concentrate more on. You know, get away from the fake reviews for a little while, because you ain't gonna control fake reviews. You know, and sometimes a book gets fake reviews once in a while. I think the bigger issue is the fake books. That's something that's going to really hurt customer confidence of fake books. And Amazon is making a big deal that its new charts are so much more reliable than the New York Times say, and they reflect what is really being read. Okay, and so how will you feel knowing that your top 20 books or the most read books are books that are fake, that are not really being read? They're just being scanned, they're just being opened and scanned through, and people are not even reading it. They're just scrolling for the 2,500 plus pages, you know, and gaming the KU system and gaming the Amazon system and just gaming our money, stealing our money. And and I hate to do this, but I feel like I have to go public. I have to make a video on this, because it seems like that's the only way Amazon's going to step up and get these fake books out of the way, so to even the playing field again. Which is a shame, because I don't want to have to go burn bridges to get movement. But I mean, come on, let's wake up here. This is ridiculous. And then the author, sent the email to Amazon, Kindle Direct Publishing customer support, and all they had to say was, "We're sorry, but the books you mentioned was published for another KDP account. We are unable to provide information about the books that are published for other accounts, and to protect author your account security. Please resend your request from the email address of such." So I know it's Amazon saying there's nothing we can do. Screw you. And I think it's a very inappropriate attitude to have. It really is. It sucks balls. It sucks PP. PP. It sucks PP. And I'm gonna send this to all my author friends. So Steve Moore, please, I want you to watch this. I'm gonna want you to read this. Benjamin, J.F. Fleming, Bernard Jan. If I know you personally, I want you to watch this video, and I want you to read this article. I think it's a very important article to read, and I want you to make it viral. I want you to spread the word, because I don't think it's fair. And by the way, Steve, I read your book. I'm going to read your review in a few minutes. Very good. Put a little shameless plug here. Steve Moore, the Samurai Code. Please, get this book, man. 99 cents. Awesome book. If you're an Indiana Jones fan, you're gonna love it. Please. And please get books like mine, Steve Moore's, and all the authors I just mentioned. They're really good people, and they're legitimate authors, not these phony banonis that are out there. So I have another video coming up, and I think I may do a mind video as well, just to go over what I've been doing. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I'm running close to 20 minutes here, but I had not to say. I'm not a very happy camper, but I'll try to manage. Guys, take it easy. I'll be back later.